Hey there, welcome to the channel. I'm Kristen. We're going to tap in and we're going to ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space for our highest and greatest good. And so it is. We're about to receive some beautiful divine messages. We're using the Star Seed Oracle deck, and then we're going to use the Influence of the Angels Tarot deck. It's my favorite deck. So some of the cards that I got were We the Hathors, Star Ancestors, Double Mission, and then we also have the Void and the Ten of Cups. So let's get into this message, shall we? We're going to start with the Double Mission. And it says, Lightworker Starseed, serving the world by being you. Okay, so Starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. They may have a feeling that time is running out and there's something they came here to do, create, or contribute towards. They're here to grow as souls individually. Okay, so there's like an individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some way. It's action oriented, so kind of like a collective mission. All right, and then there's collective mission is offered, answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger, right? Something bigger than oneself. So, you know, if you're getting this message, then this is kind of a wake-up call that you're part of a collective mission, and it's time to step into your purpose more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world, and just being in your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision that you need to make necessarily. You also don't need to have a great big plan. Like, it doesn't need to be extravagant. Sometimes it's just you, right? You being in a beautiful energy that you are, and you holding space. So if you're feeling like you're needing to kind of like make a shift or realign, or even just test out to see if things resonate with you or not, I would say this reading could be for you. You're feeling like this calling. And all you need to really do is just work and do what lights you up. Okay, so that could be anything. It's almost like when the time passes and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe an hour just went by. That's what they're talking about. It's that kind of energy. Do something that lights you up, your passions and your joys, and keep doing that. It's about trusting the simple path of things that do this and light you up, and then lose yourself in the doing. So it's like you're so in the present moment. This helps light up the world without even trying. And then we have the Void. The Void talks about everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where life begins and ends. It's winter in the womb, the fertile darkness where all things originate and seeds grow. And so this talks about the void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase, when we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with. When you're in the void, it can feel scary and as if you should be doing something. However, it's really a sign that the most productive thing to do is relinquish control and surrender to the changing mysteries of your life. So it's kind of like there could be a time of pause. We also have Star Ancestors. So this talks about the ancients knew more than we do about our connection with the stars. All right, and so this is about tapping into hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and being called to look a little deeper. So it's like you're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions and understandings, awareness, technology, and wisdom that are so needed on the planet right now. You might be the one that holds this technology, or has access to the wisdom, or holds the vibration, or transmutes energy. So there's a lot needed on the planet right now to unlock your soul's memories of a time when we lived in harmony on Earth and will one day again. That's why you're here. And then we have We the Hathors. So the Hathors might ring a bell as far as star ancestors are concerned. Or there's some sort of ancient wisdom that they're guiding you back to as it relates to the Hathors. It talks about deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. So this is like that process of ascension, the awakening, the death and rebirth process, because we have the void. We also have cracked open. We didn't get to that one yet, but this says hitting rock bottom and surrendering to the alchemy of life. And then we have birth as a portal. And then underneath that, we have Earth School. Okay, so let's learn about these Hathors for a second. All right, the Hathors know that the journey on Earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply. I feel like this card is of extreme potency or femininity or creation and a birth. You're being called to mother yourself and others, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, to hold and be held. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the cosmic mother is watching you every step of the way. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another, and now you're being reminded that you're in this sacred container, okay, and that you're more than held than you possibly can imagine. And I'm getting like you have, you know, beautiful support on the other side of this, okay? 10 of Cups energy, to clarify that, like you're here to bring peace, love, and happiness to the world, and this is your destiny to experience this. This is this double mission that you're on. I feel like if you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things are going to work out. 10 of Cups. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love, flooding you from every direction, like realizing that you are surrounded in divine white light and love, right? This is like opening your heart chakra. Okay. There could be many of you that are realizing like all paths do lead to home. And this shape, the spiral, okay, stones, water, this is like portals opening for you. You tuning in to your intuition and letting that be your inner authority over anything else. Okay. Love this deck. I don't use it enough. All right, we're going to use some tarot right now. All right, look at this. Split the deck. Queen and Knight of Cups. There's enough love for everyone. Spread love, not war. All right, what else? We have a Hierophant, the Hanged Man, and the Sun. I feel like, let me get one more. There is definitely like enlightenment being gained, clarity, insight, guidance, support. Look at this. Here's the Hierophant. All right, so this is like as it relates to our belief systems and how we show up in our society and the different areas of our life and how we show up in all of those areas. And it's like doing that review, taking a time out and surrendering to the alchemy of life, and that there is something that you could be in between. There's like this in between energy. Okay, so it's kind of like being in between the physical and spiritual realities, right? I feel like there's this counsel here, this guidance here, this knowledge, and then there's this being open to receive from both. It's like as above, so below. Very cool. Very cool. Gotta bring in the Hermetic principles, yeah? 8 of Cups. I feel like this is soul searching. This is embarking on a journey that leads to emotional fulfillment, right? We saw that the 10 of Cups is in the energy, and this is like you 2 cups away from it, right? We're missing a 2 of Cups. to make the 10 of Cups. And I feel like this is something to be found along the way. Like, you know, it's about the journey, not the destination. I feel like sometimes we hold on to all the things along the way. I feel like you're being called to like let it go. There is a King of Swords. And then there's a bottom of the deck energy, Knight of Swords. Ace of Wands. I feel like there could be something that you're doing. This could be divinely inspired, guided, some sort of creative epiphany project, something that you are co-creating with the divine on. This could be the written word or the spoken word. This could be someone who's guiding along the way, like a mentor or someone, or this could be you, King of Swords. A Chariot. So this is that mission, that double mission. This could be an ancestor, a star ancestor, or it could be someone who incarnated with you that supports you in the physical realm. Whether you see this or not, like it's almost like they're overseeing this path of yours that you're on, because you're going from like physical energy, like leaving things behind, even ideals, even things that you used to believe were true no longer resonate with you. And then there's this you moving on, like this is in the light body energy. So this is again like that awakening, enlightenment, the transformation, surrendering to the divine. Okay, surrendering to God. God's got the wheel. Okay, you're very supported. There is this like energy here with the masculine and feminine, you know, working as one. So there's this like oneness. And that usually comes from a process of inner alchemy. All right. I feel like you have the perseverance to overcome. You're being divinely guided. Five of Cups. There's this despair. And then there's this seeking higher ground, taking the high road, making plans towards the future, knowing that things are just over. Like there's this like different perception of life and how to obtain things. So this is like creating. And then it's like an energy here that is missing this journey with you in some way, shape, or form. Or this could just be, you know, having to leave difficult situations behind because they no longer align with your purpose, right? You're seeing that there are some things that you just can't take with you. And that could be people. It could be places. It could be something you've been doing forever. There's like having to make decisions and taking inspired action towards them. So yeah, I feel like this is a major shift for some of you in like maybe how you show up in life or what you do in life, or you know, your mentalism is what I'm getting. Your mentalism. It's like mind over matter. So I feel like you've had a major shift in your belief systems, or how you believe, or how you practice, or what you give power to. I'm getting that. And then I have the Six of Pentacles. So when I see this in this particular deck, I think of somebody who's on a mission, someone who's guided to others to kind of like bless them with whatever it is, like sharing the medicine, sharing the magic, sharing the wisdom, sharing the knowledge. And this is you like being in contact, like physical location. And I remember when we were reading the earlier deck, there was this mention of like, it's just your energy, right? You don't have to like give or take anything, but I feel like the energy you put out, you receive back. And this is important because it's really something that you're being called or feel called to do. Whatever you experience, you're meant to share it with others that you come across. And maybe you're not for everybody. Maybe you're for like this, that, the other. Maybe you are for everybody. Who knows? I feel like you're not letting the woulda, coulda, shoulda energy hold you back from your dreams. This is you having the confidence and courage to do what you came here to do. As a light worker, starseed, earth angel, someone who has purpose. You didn't experience what you experienced for nothing. Look at how far you've come and what you've overcome and healed from. You're meant to show others how to do this, or be an example, or tell your story because it can help somebody else. There's patterns here that you were forced to go within and heal. You may have even gone through like a purification of your ego, right? It's like relieving yourself and forgiving yourself and healing yourself. There were a lot of patterns. There was a lot of anguish. Okay. Some of this could even like been projected onto you, like outcast, right? Scapegoated, right? And then we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, there's been betrayal. People who you thought loved you were the ones that maybe taught you the most, maybe even through pain. Sometimes pain is, you know, one of the best teachers. I feel like it helped you stand strong. No, it helped you realize that, like, if you can overcome what you've overcome so far, there's nothing you can't do. This puts you in the position to be ready for the mission you came here for. So everything experienced was preparing you. I feel like you see this now. It's like you transmuted the pain into power. All right. So what hurt you actually served you. That's inner alchemy. All right. And this is just one pentacle shy of a legacy, generational wealth. You know, being the one in the family that did it. Okay. That awoken. That found the path of enlightenment. The one that said yes to the double mission. The one that is supported by the universe here. The one that has liberated themselves and is accessing and working with their light body, their Merkaba. So they have access to higher realms. Okay. Yeah. Look at this. Look at the growth that's happened in such a short period of time. I'm getting like 3 months, 3 years. 3 is significant. Maybe you've always felt like you didn't compare because people always felt like they had to compete with you. And as a result, it was to make you stronger because you were never meant to fit in the first place. And this competition ended up being like almost a narrative, like a projected narrative to keep you small, hidden, feeling like you don't have any value or worth. So major lesson learned here was that wasn't really about you. That was about everybody else and their fear of you stepping into your purpose, knowing your worth and your power. And now they're heartbroken because whatever happened made you a stronger, more independent person. Look at Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Come on now. Leaving the burdens behind. Putting the past behind. Let's see. Okay. Justice. Justice. My light is weird. Justice is playing out here. The truth is being revealed. Four of Cups. I feel like somebody is realizing something. It could be you, but I feel like the Magician, the Four of Cups, so someone's receiving justice for, it's like someone really upset the apple cart. I feel like somebody did a lot of like manipulation behind the scenes here, and there's justice playing out, and they find themselves now in the Four of Cups energy. I am getting that there was like manifestation, creation energy that happened that might not have been in alignment with universal law. And as a result, justice is playing out. And I feel like somebody is in their feelings at this time. I feel like they will be gaining a new perspective on things, though. They will see things from the other side to get clarity. I feel like there's a lot that's been hidden in the subconscious mind that somebody has been maybe avoiding but no longer can avoid. They're going to need to let this surface so that it can be put to rest. I feel like also there's this like how our thoughts, how our fears can manifest and affect our physical reality, especially when it comes to relationships and experiences with others. It's like our fears end up being our blockages. And so I feel like that might have played out here. Someone may have not been open to receive love as a result of love lost. And I feel like that's going to be highlighted for someone to deal with so that there's growth here. There's emotional, empathic, compassionate growth here. Yeah, Empress. This is a level up. I feel glow up. Understanding that, like, you know, there is this feminine energy that is being brought into balance, harmony, and peace. There's a need to bring like the natural rhythm of things. I feel like things are off. Things are off. Like the poles have shifted off. Or there could be somebody that might be bringing in some balance, stability, security. I don't know. This could have been like someone that you may have had some sort of agreement with before. I feel like there's this like what goes up must come down. There's this like rotation. Look at Page of Swords. Yeah, I feel like someone is going to be observing the upswing, right, as they are experiencing the downswing. And that is the principle of rhythm. So what goes up must come down. I feel like there's this observation of this. There could be this thinking of you energy, right? Yeah, Four of Wands here. Whoops, can you see it? Beautiful card. Yeah, look at Five of Cups to Four of Wands. Someone is going to be watching you. They wanted you here, but now you're here. So it's like someone's going to be observing you celebrating a commitment that you deserve. One that is of love and light. One that is balanced, stable, and secure. Someone's going to watch you have security. Okay, is really the bottom line there. Stability, security. This could be union. This could be a divine wedding, union, partnership, commitment, business, you name it. I'm getting Queen of Cups energy as well. So I feel like somebody, you know, there may need to be some sort of like, I feel like somebody is observing from a distance or afar. But I feel like this queen is making big moves, this Queen of Cups. Or somebody is also going to watch. Maybe this is who's going to observe. Who's this Queen of Cups? All right, Four of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Lovers. Someone is evaluating and researching and thinking about the choices they've made when it comes to partnerships and love, and are realizing that it wasn't all cracked up to be. And I feel like the one that they chose is not the one that they want to be with. They'd rather be with the one that they can't have access to, which would be the one that is going to be matching with someone else as part of their purpose. So I feel like this choice in love, you know, puts somebody in a certain kind of way potentially. And I feel like there's going to be, this is going to be seen in the environment. There's like observation here, obsession even, thinking, reminiscing, contemplating. See all those thought bubbles? Yeah. I feel like somebody entered into something that they may be regretting. And it could have something to do with the Queen of Cups, water sign. All right, we have the Hermit. This is you not worried about what's going on with others and focusing on what's straight ahead for you. It's almost like, don't look too far ahead, look just right in front of you. Paying attention to what's being illuminated. It's being illuminated for your awareness, but not for your action. Okay, because you're meant to focus on what you have directly in front of you as it relates to your journey and path and your development. What's going on here as a result of justice playing out, okay? And lessons being learned here, Hierophant. Spiritual lessons, mind you, is really, you're being made aware of this because I feel like there's a need for you to kind of like be directed elsewhere. Empress. Yeah. You're meant to stay in alignment with your high vibration. You're being guided towards a partnership here, and you can't get involved in any of this. Okay, look at Six of Cups, soulmate. And then we have the Star. Ah! Yeah. All right, so you're being focused on like the healing path, the healing journey. You're meant to continue to work on recovering from what you've experienced as a result of this dynamic, because again, like as something's up and something's going down, so there's some sort of like cycle playing out here, and you're meant to like use your experience to help others in some way. And you very much could be someone who's co-creating with the universe. If you see the star, it's like source, and then there's 7 little stars, and so it kind of like, you know, it's like connecting your energy, your light body, and, you know, being able to replenish that energy here on Earth. This is like Earth Angel energy, okay? So whatever you experience was for the purpose of your alignment, your spiritual, divine alignment. And this is you being in your purpose. So you're being guided towards your purpose. And I would say that this past energy here is going to watch you do what you came here to do as part of your double mission. I feel like you have been through a lot. There's this needing to recover, be hopeful and optimistic, like time to get strong and prepare for the next leg of the race. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, towards your destiny. Destiny calls, baby, destiny calls. Yeah, oh yeah. Somebody is hating it with the third party, okay? Or whatever group they're associated with, party group. I feel like somebody is partying hard, they're looking withered, and you're free and clear. So I feel like what goes up must come down. Sending you guys lots of love.